The absolute best candidates are not on these platforms, plus you absolutely need the personal touch because it's just too custom and it's a one-off high-value transaction, and online platforms tend to be terrible for those.
I do agree with you that it is a lot like dating. In most cases, I've been able to find tutors for parents that they absolutely loved, but in 2 cases, including what you're familiar with, I was not able to find someone. I went through hundreds of teachers, interviews, videos, and we came close a couple times, but then when we almost found the person, they dropped out at the last minute or wanted more money. But I still am curious to know how you would go about finding the best teacher ever in the entire world if you had all the time to do so. I mean, you started an amazing job site, but what would you do? What would your approach be for finding your Aristotle? I'm so curious, Naval.
I'd probably go on YouTube and TikTok and try to find people there who are very good at explaining things and see if they're available. That's the ultimate audition, but obviously that's quite the hunting job.
And you know what? I actually think that there might be some ways with AI and machine learning that we could sift through some of those teacher videos. Another really cool thing about this idea, Naval, is that if people are very good at YouTube, they're often very good at teaching online because they understand how to use an online medium to teach kids. And that's a really important thing that we have to vet for.
The harder problem is not even just finding them, but how do you convince the parents you're finding them? And so there, I would have them audition. For example, if somebody had a good air chat channel where they're constantly explaining to young kids how to do things and explaining things in a very simple way, like an Eli 5 channel, I'd hire that person. The air chat is the audition. Just like Twitter is a good audition for writers and for community marketers, the same way air chat can be a good audition for teachers.
I love that. We need to start an air chat teacher room. Maybe people could give mini lessons in it. I actually do that in all my teacher interviews. I have the teacher give me a mini lesson, and it's a really wonderful way to get to know them as a teacher. Often when I send the video recording to the parents, they'll show it to their own child, and it's a really great sign that that teacher is a good fit.
That would be amazing. I mean, we have voicing over of images, and you could have kids or their parents leave questions in the side chat below and then stitch them in, and you can just see how the teacher responds. Like there's a room on here that I can put a link to where Brett Hall is answering basic physics questions. I mean, Brett did used to be a high school physics teacher. I would kill to have Brett as a tutor. Now he's graduated past that, but someone like that younger, perfect.
It's much easier to find an online tutor than an in-person tutor just because there's so many more options online than in person. Shireen and Alicia, I'm very curious to know how you find and vet your teachers.
That's a great question. Well, I think SPED teachers, special education teachers, really understand how to nuance curriculum and how to have any student or many